I found out that I had it when I was 11, because that's when we found out, I was just confused about it at first. But then afterwards, I got used to it to a point where when everyone tried to keep me calm about it, my family, my mum especially, she tried her best to look after what I had. When I got found out about it, she thought I was going to be upset, but I wasn't. I was fine with it. And in a way, I was happy that I had it.
Well, I couldn't really comprehend it at first. I mean, when I found out about it, well, like I said, I just couldn't exactly comprehend about what it was, but after looking into it a bit more, I understood that I'm just someone who, kind of struggles to get a grasp on certain things, which is pretty much what it is.
With the way of autism, the way it's affected me is that people see me differently, but then I get really, really used to it because people have different minds about autism. They don't know what it's about because it's really hard to explain. Afterwards, though, throughout the life, it's been okay. Everyone's treated me fine, no hassle, no trouble. There are a few people in the world that just look at you and say, "Oh, what a special person you must be." I'm just like, no, we're not special. Some of us hide, whilst others are clearly seen on how our appearance looks when we have a disability.
Video games is my main hobby, playing with a friend, and sometimes a bit of drawing, which I do sometimes, which I just draw whatever comes to my mind.
Primary school is absolutely hell because in primary school I got treated like utter crap. In a way where teachers didn't understand me. I think reception was one of the worst. Year 4 was one of the worst. Year 4, because we had a new teacher coming from New Zealand. She didn't know about a disability, didn't know about autism, and when she saw me frustratedly angry at the playground, she smacked me across the face, and she got in a lot of trouble, a very lot of trouble, to the point where she got fired and went back to New Zealand, never came back, thank God.
Primary school was fairly average for me, nothing special. I was mainly the quiet one at school. Maybe some of them may have considered me as the funny one, I don't know. I was a bit on the oddball side, I guess. At one point in school, I was held back a year, so I think that was year 1 or year 2. I can't exactly remember. All I know is I was held back a year at one point, obviously because, let's just say I wasn't up to par, I think it was. But since I was held back a year, I did end up making some new friends, some of which I wound up seeing on the roads every now and then. This fella named Philip, he was a real nice guy. Me and him were best friends, and all. We often played together, video games, that kind of stuff.
GCSEs, well, now back in the day, GCSEs, they were really annoying for year 10 and 11, but when we learned about them in year 9 and how it's going to change the system, thanks to the education system, with the new numbers being into it, which is stupid, I got quite easy with it because it got me away. I got so many support, especially in English, because I have a language comprehensive disorder. My English is terrible. And maths, them two were my subjects. And then science, two of the sciences were easy. Chemistry I was never good at. With history, I thought it was about learning back in the war past and all different centuries, but no, it was about politics, and I was bored out of my mind. But through high school for GCSE, it was quite good. I had a few incidents where someone punched me in the face, I punched them back. I got blamed on I had a massive teasing and locked myself in the classroom with my anger, throwing chairs in the classroom, almost breaking a projector screen, and to a point where the teachers calmed me down and they got me to anger management lessons, which helped me so much with my anger going through year 11 especially.
I wasn't really the best. I mean, let's just say my results in GCSEs and that kind of thing weren't really stellar. They weren't exactly the best. When it came to GCSEs and exams, I was absolutely petrified with those kind of things. It was literally the last thing I wanted to see myself doing. Well, of course I had to do it. It was all part of the studies. But GCSEs, I was terrified because I always had the fear of failing. I always feared I'll get everything wrong, but when it actually came to it, I just sat down, just did my best. That's pretty much all you can do in those kind of things, I guess.
I think the technology college for game designing especially, it just helps me be freely. I could do whatever I want, I could do it whenever, instead of just being strict, I need to do this before time runs out. You're not being crunch time, you're not being pressured, you're doing the job as much as you can, and you could do it whenever you can. Like for a group work that I enjoyed doing, through concepts, through designs, through researching, it just brings all the socialising as well to a point where it's really good.
I did go to college after high school. I went to Horsforth. I did an animal care course where we did practical sessions where we would actually work with animals that were housed in the college, from small furry creatures like guinea pigs and hamsters to reptiles like bearded dragons and tortoises. I work in retail in the cooperative in Moortown, and it's a very positive atmosphere. I mean, it's really good. I made a lot of good friends at work. Not only with staff, but also with a few customers as well. Like, there are some customers that are just so nice, and some of them just say the nicest things about you. And the staff, they're always good to have a good laugh with. I've learned to adapt to the different customers. I mean, of course, different customers have different needs, yeah? Like, they expect a certain some customers expect a certain service, which of course I taught myself to adapt to the different service, to the different kinds. Like, some people would want a certain thing that we don't have, but of course I would say to them, I'll speak to the boss and we'll see if there's anything we can do about it. This is a favourite of mine. This is one I've done like back somewhere last year. It's about two characters that I made up, Captain Cutlass and Black Dog Bill. Oh, of course they're having a bit of a duel here. Black Dog Bill in particular is pretty mad because, well, Captain Cutlass did something he didn't intend to do. He cut off Bill's hand. Of course he didn't intend to, but of course, being pirates, Bill has held a bit of a grudge about that and he doesn't take it too well.
I'd say if you have it, try your best to don't be a sheep. Do what you can do yourself and show the other people that have been like bullying you or have been, well, not in a word, but they've been like not nice to you. I want you to be free. You can be free as much as you can and express your feelings towards others. Like drawing is a good example, or telling your parents about this so they can help you down the right road. Well,
once you get used to the whole thing, it's almost as if you don't have it. You just go along with your day. I mean, you'll still know that you have it, but as long as you just keep both feet firmly planted on the ground, and then just move along with your life, you'll get along just fine. I learned that and I can tell you that from experience. It's because I know that once you put your mind to some things, you'll achieve them. Despite whatever you've got, autism, Asperger's, it doesn't matter what you got. As long as you put your mind to it, you'll achieve it.